Allowing yourself to be here like it's the first time you've ever come to notice yourself lying on this earth, and investigating what that feels like. Breathing into the body, noticing any places where you feel sensation. Maybe you feel open in some places. Maybe you feel tighter in some places. And without labeling them good or bad, just breathing into those places, allowing them to just be. Noticing the attitude of the heart or the flavor of the heart, how it feels right now, right here, in this day, in this morning. Again, without labeling it good or bad, just breathing into this space, allowing ourselves to create more space for change, more space for inquiry and discovery. Breathing into the front and the back of the heart, all the way out to the fingertips, all the way down to the toes. Breathing back into the center. And slowly starting to gather the knees in towards the chest, moving towards a wind removing pose. So you can take your hands underneath your knees or on your shins and just give yourself a little rock from side to side. See how that feels in your body today. Making little circles with the knees one way or the other, saying good morning to the hips. And again, this doesn't need to look or feel a certain way. It's just how it feels in your own body in this day. Maybe it's completely different tomorrow. Breathing all the way along the spine to the crown of the head and back down to the tailbone, into the cricks and cracks in the knees and the hips. And then coming back into stillness, drawing the knees in towards the chest, with the elbows bent, the shoulders and the back body on the mat, and allowing the left leg to come down to the floor, hugging in the right knee a little bit more, and then drawing the knee out towards the shoulder, up towards the crown of the head, maybe making little circles here. And if you'd like, the left foot can extend all the way down to the bottom of the mat, flexing the left foot and engaging the left leg onto the mat. And so we use this place as a foundation, or the left foot can stay on the mat. And then slowly starting to take hold of your strap or your stretchy sock or your towel and wrapping it around the ball of the foot, extending the foot. And you can keep the knee bent as much as you need. So just starting to wake up the body here, noticing how this feels. Drawing the elbows back towards the mat, the shoulders back towards the mat. Extending the foot, pressing it into the strap or the sock or your towel or your hand if you're super flexy. And just breathing here, maybe starting to straighten the leg and breathe into the back of the knee. And you can let the foot come out to the right and back to the left. Find a little bit of a sway here. See what feels good for you. And then come back into a neutral position. Really press into that strap once again, or that sock. Making sure that the left foot is grounded onto the mat, or that the leg is extended with the foot flex. And then draw the right thigh bone back in towards the mat. So really lengthening from your limbs, from the back of the body, all the way out to the foot. Taking one more, two more breaths here. And slowly starting to release, bend the knee, letting that foot come all the way down. And then take both knees back into center, neutralize the energy, maybe give it a little rock side to side, calling yourself back to your breath. And slowly start to lower the right leg down towards the bottom of the mat or the top of the mat and extend the left foot up. And using any props that you have, taking it slow, seeing how it feels. Sometimes both sides of our bodies are completely different. The way we use them, the way we sleep, our organs used on each side. So allow yourself to really breathe into both sides of the body, creating a little bit more balance here. Going through the same thing we did on the opposite side, flexing the foot, giving it a little rock here, opening into the back of the knee, pressing the foot into the strap or the sock. And then drawing the foot a little bit closer to the crown of your head, drawing that thigh bone back into the mat, extending all the way from the floor out to the point of your ball of your foot. One more nice inhale and exhale here. And release. Hugging the knees back in. And then let the feet come to the floor. Just take a little windshield wiper pose so arms come out by your sides, or you can cactus the arms. And let the knees fall right. Breathing here. Maybe the head comes left. Inhaling back into center. And the knees fall to the opposite side, breathing all along the spine into this gentle morning twist. Head comes to the opposite side if you'd like. And inhale again back into center. And bringing the knees into the chest, rocking forward. And coming back to your seat. Lengthening the spine once again. On your inhale, take the arms all the way up overhead. Interlace the fingers and send the palms up to the sky. So reaching up all the way, reaching down, letting the shoulders be soft and down away from the ears, lower belly in. On your exhale, start to press the hands out in front of you, round the spine like your cat back. And on your inhale, rise it up again. Shine the heart center forward. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, draw it up towards the sky. Lengthen through the crown of the head, through the hands. On your exhale, left hand comes behind you, right arm in front. So coming into a twist, see if you can keep your hip point forward. Left arm behind you, right arm in front. Finding this twist here. Palms facing up. Inhale back into center. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, around the spine. Inhale, rise up again. Lengthening from tailbone to the crown, drop the shoulders down and twist to the opposite side. So let the arms open like that lotus flower blooming from your heart center to your fingertips. Noticing how you feel, breathing into the spine. And inhale back into center. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bringing your hands out in front of you and starting to transfer into our child's pose. So just finding your way into child's pose, whatever is comfortable for you, knees together or far apart. Reaching the fingertips out in front of you. And sitting the hips back towards the heels. You can use any of your props if you'd like. A blanket between your calves and your thighs is nice for sensitive hips and knees. Letting your head rest on the mat or on a pillow, a block, whatever you have, or even your hands. Just allowing yourself to feel into the breath, into the body, breathing into the back and the front of the heart, into the armpits, along the sides of the waist. Seeing if you can find a little bit more space here for your breath. And on your inhale, starting to press into the hands to rise up into tabletop pose. Letting your fingers be wide, hands really rooted into the earth, right underneath your shoulders. So wrist creases underneath the shoulders, maybe a little bit further forward. Knees right underneath the hips. Elongating from the crown of the head back to the tailbone. Softening the elbows, really grounding and rooting into the earth with the hands. And finding a few cat-cows here, lengthening through the heart, letting the belly drop on your inhale, and on your exhale, pressing into the mat, rounding the spine, maybe tucking the toes under, stretching into the bottoms of the feet. Finding your breath, letting your breath guide your movement, like you're riding the wave of your breath. Again, if you've done this a million times before, let go of the past. Come here anew. What does it feel like today in the body? Following the breath into the body, into the heart, and all the way back out. Letting yourself just be here on this mat today. Letting go of anything that exists outside of this, outside of this time that you're dedicating to your practice. Not forcing it away, but just letting it be soft, knowing that it's there, but you're doing this right now, and that's okay. Well, coming back to neutral, grounding through your left hand, and starting to reach your right arm forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. Pausing right here, drawing the right shoulder back into the body, and then sending the left foot out behind you. One long line of energy, fingertip to the back of the heel, lengthening from the crown of the head all the way back to the tailbone, hugging lower belly in. Inhale to find length. Exhale, hug it in, knee to elbow. Inhale, find length once again. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, find length. And exhale, hug it in once again. Inhale out one more time. And this time, bend the knee. And if you'd like, you can reach back for the foot, finding a heart opening back bend here, using the thigh to lift, finding that gentle bend. And exhale, release. Right hand comes back down to the earth, and switch sides, grounding through the right hand, sending the left arm out in front of you, softening the right elbow. So really rooting into the earth with your hand with all 5 fingers, and then sending the right foot behind you, reaching forward and back with the same amount of force. Inhale for length, exhale, hug it in. Inhale out, exhale, hug it in. One more time, inhale out, move a little bit slower. And exhale, hug it in. Lengthening on your inhale, and exhale, bend the knee. And take the foot if you'd like. Reaching the heart center forward. And exhale, release. Coming back to your hands and knees. Finding your hands maybe a little bit forward in front of your shoulders. Drawing the weight down between your thumb and your forefinger, softening the elbow. And then tucking the toes under, lifting the hip creases up and back into your downward dog. Breathing here. Drawing the hip creases up and back to the wall behind you. Lengthening all along the spine. So drawing the energy up from the floor to your tailbone and then all the way back down the legs towards your heels. Taking 2 more bright breaths here, gathering the earth's energy up. Exhaling it back down. And on your next inhale, looking forward, walking your feet to your hands, meeting an Uttanasana forward fold. Letting your body drape over your thighs, bend your knees as much as you need. Let your head hang. Letting the weight of your head drop down towards the earth. Then grounding into all 4 corners of your feet, root to rise. Slowly rise up like water dripping backwards. Taking your time to arrive on your feet in Tadasana pose. Shoulders down away from the ears. Palms face forward, allowing yourself to really root into the earth, picking up your toes and spreading them, placing them back down, really rooting from your big toe to your inner heel and from your pinky toe to your outer heel. Soften the knees, engage the thighs to lift yourself up. Stand tall, inhale, arms rise up towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold with a flat spine all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift, root through the heels, lengthen through the crown of the head, lower belly in. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, come back into plank. Pause in plank here, press back through the heels, lengthen through the crown, hug the shoulders onto the back body, lower belly in. Exhale, lower down knees, chest and chin. Making our way into baby cobra pose. So lengthening the feet out behind you, toes pointed, palms on the earth underneath your shoulders. Hugging the elbows back towards your heels, extending the legs on your inhale, rising up, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, press down into the earth with your hands, touch your toes. And come back into your down dog. Breathing here for 3 breaths. And if you need to at any point, come to your knees or come into child's pose or to a seat, please do so. Taking care of our bodies is first and foremost in this practice. Taking another bright inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg up and back. So ground into the left heel, sweep the right leg up and back into your 3-legged dog. And on your exhale, hug the knee in, bringing the right foot forward to the front of the mat. And the left knee comes down to the mat. Finding your Anjaneyasana or low lunge pose, starting to take your hand to your front knee or thigh. You can just pause here. And if you'd like, you can reach the arms all the way up, shoulders down away from the ears, lower belly in, lower ribs down and in, finding a supported little back bend here. 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the earth and bring the back foot forward into your forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale again. Inhale, arms Come all the way up towards the sky, maybe a little baby back bend here, rooting into the earth with your feet. Lift up and over the heart if you would like. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands down by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Flat spine, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, come back into your plank. Pause here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lower down, however way you'd like. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra or full cobra, lengthening the toes out behind you. Exhale, back down, tuck the toes, down dog. 3 breaths, once again. Grounding through the earth between the thumb and the forefinger, gathering the energy up on your inhale. Exhale, finding length in the spine, length in the legs. One more bright inhale. And exhale here, root into the earth with the right foot. Lift the left leg up and back into your 3-legged dog. Pause here for a breath. Equal weight in the hands. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Draw the foot forward and find your low lunge pose. Draw the shoulders back and down, lengthen through the crown of the head. And then take the hands to the thigh. Back toes tuck under, or the foot is flat on the earth, whatever works for you. Shoulders down away from the ears. If you'd like, inhale, arms reach up. Find your back bend lifting up and over the heart, shoulders down. Breathing into those beautiful lungs. Inhale. Exhale, release. Hands come to the earth. Step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands down by the sides. Inhale, arms rise up. Sit back into chair pose. Reaching forward and back with the same amount of force. Hands can stay shoulder distance apart or palms touch, your choice. Lengthening through the crown of the head, back to the tailbone. Reaching forward and back. One more inhale here. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs, forehead moves towards the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing it up to the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Step back with the right foot into your low lunge. Making your way, finding your pose. This is your practice. So really using my words as a guide. Taking the weight into your front foot. Lengthening through the crown, lower belly in, lower ribs down, maybe finding a little bit more of a back bend here if you would like. Inhaling to come back into center. Exhaling, hands to the earth, come back into your plank pose. Fire it up, inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, rise up, baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale back into down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhaling, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, knee into chest. Right foot draws forward. Last time, low lunge on this side. If you need to pad the knee, you can do so. Just take your time to get into your fuller expression of today. Grounding in through your front foot, letting the shoulders drop down away from the ears, widen through the collarbones. Inhale, arms would reach up if you would like. And then taking that back bend, if it's in your practice, reaching up and over the heart. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Again, stepping forward, forward fold. This time rising all the way up, root to rise, feeling your feet into the earth. Take a little bend at the knees, arms rise up overhead. Exhale into your chair pose. Feeling some heat rise in your body, burning up those places inside of us that don't serve us. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands come behind you, heel toes your feet out just a little bit wider. Drawing your hands behind you, interlace, reaching the heart center forward, lower belly in. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, bend the knees as much as you need. Starting to bend the left knee. Reaching the palms over to the left. And then come onto the opposite side, bend the right knee, reaching the palms over to the right. Coming back into center once again. And release the hands to the earth. Rising up halfway lift. Walking your feet in again so they're underneath your hips. And rising all the way up. Palms up overhead. Hands to the heart. And down by your side. And just pause here for a moment. If you can, close your eyes or a soft gaze forward. Notice how you feel. Take a little investigation, a little bus ride around the body, the heart, and the mind. Catching up with your breath once again. And on your next inhale, arms rise up once again. Exhale, left foot steps behind you, coming into your warrior two. So finding your way there into your warrior two pose. Right foot forward, left foot back. Elongating from the base of the body, the roots of the body, like there's a hook and sinker down into the earth, rising all the way up to the crown of the head, arms out by your sides, engaging into the feet, all four corners of the feet, sending the shins forward, and then the upper thighs back, and then really hooking your right thigh forward towards the earth to really stabilize that front foot. Flip the palms so the palms are facing up, really open here in our warrior two. Breathing. On your next inhale, right arm comes up and over, finding your reverse warrior. Left arm bends behind you or comes onto the back leg. Still lengthening all the way through the front of the body. Next, inhale, come back into center. Palms facing down this time. And then the forearm comes to the thigh. Left arm reaches all the way up and over, like there's one long line of energy from your back foot all the way up to your left fingertip. Inhale to come back into center, into your warrior two. Turning the right foot in, coming to a wide-legged stance. Hands on your hips and start to fold forward, hinge at the hips forward. Taking the hands to the earth, bend the knees as much as you need. Really let the head hang down towards the earth, maybe walking the hands back underneath the body or back behind you. Connecting back to your heart, to your center, to your breath. And then grounding into your feet, drawing inwards and upwards, taking your hands to your hips and rising all the way back up. Turning out the left foot towards the back of your mat. Reaching the arms nice and long once again, flip the palms up. So imagine this blooming sensation from the heart and the lungs all the way out to the fingertips, really allowing yourself to surrender and be receptive, to be open to what is, allowing the space and this time for change within ourselves. It's not always easy, that's for sure. But if we come back to this place of allowance, of openness, of surrender, then we can find some lessons here. We can find some beauty in this journey. Lower belly in, rooting into the earth with all four corners of the feet, sending the shins forward and the thighs widen back behind us, and then grounding, rooting into that front foot, hooking the tailbone forward into the front foot. Taking one more bright inhale and exhale, and then flipping the palm, palm stays flipped all the way up and over. Breathing into the left lung. Inhale to come back into center, and then come into our low wide angle. Right arm overhead, right foot really grounded on the earth. Notice what the left hand is doing, relaxing the hand or spreading the fingers nice and wide, or maybe taking your thumb to meet with your pointer finger. Inhale back into center once again. Turning your left foot in, hands to your hips, coming back into that wide angle fold, wide foot fold. Hinging at the hips, bending the knees as much as you need, letting the head really relax, releasing the weight of the head from the neck. And coming to a halfway lift, drawing your hands on the earth, drawing the crown of the head forward and the tailbone back. And then exhale again, release. Starting to walk your hands forward to the front of your mat, bringing your right foot forward, the left foot back, and starting to straighten the legs, coming into a pyramid pose. So if you need to keep the front knee bent, it can be bent, but drawing the hips back and trying to straighten the leg, lengthening through the crown of the head, lengthening the hips back behind you, the sit bones back behind you, breathing into the back of the knee, and maybe coming forward if it's in your practice. Starting to bend that right knee, placing the left foot back, coming into a lifted low lunge, and taking your left hand on the earth, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Hugging the right knee in towards the center line of the body. Lengthening from the rooted hand on the earth all the way to the fingertips, and from the crown of the head back to the heel. Right hand comes back to the earth, step back into your down dog. Taking 3 breaths here and moving through vinyasa if you would like. On your inhale, left foot comes forward. Taking the right hand to the floor, keeping the right hand on the earth. Extend back through the right heel, and the left arm lifts up to the sky. Spiraling the heart center, hugging the shoulders onto the back body. Finding this center part of your body and lifting, radiating out of it from the crown of your head back to your foot, from hand to hand. And slowly bringing the left hand back and moving into pyramid pose on this side. So the right foot comes forward, left hip moves back, so hips parallel to the mat, drawing the hip creases back, hinging at the hips, maybe staying high on the fingertips or folding slightly forward. Breathing here. On your inhale, start to bend that front knee, bringing the right foot forward, coming back to your forward fold, letting the body drape over itself, and start to straighten the legs, rolling the weight forward to the front of the feet. Maybe the hands come underneath the feet, or maybe you take your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Drawing the weight forward, feeling the weight lift off the heels up towards the tailbone and then back down to the crown of the head. And slowly starting to release, bend the knees, draw the arms up towards the sky, root to rise. Take a little back bend here, open the heart, press into the earth, lift from it. Exhale, hands to the heart. Taking the right foot behind you into your warrior one pose. So right toes face the right front corner of the mat. And then making sure there's enough room for your hips. Front knee bent over the front ankle heel. drawing the inner thighs inwards and upwards. So really gathering that energy from the earth. Lower belly in, lower ribs down, lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head, arms rise up towards the sky. If you need to adjust your position in any way, then do so. You don't have to feel stuck where you are. And then starting to come forward on the front foot, lifting the back foot back into our warrior three pose. You can lengthen the arms behind you or in front of you if you have room. Really rooting into the earth with that standing foot, lifting the crown front and back, finding that length. If you fall out, that's okay. You can try again or just come to stand. And exhale to release, back foot comes to meet the front. Standing in Samasthiti, breathing here. Hands to heart, just breathe. Hands come down by the sides. Inhale, arms reach up once again. Exhale, step back into warrior one with your left foot. So right foot forward, left foot back. You can heel toe that front foot out if you need to make room for your hips, and you can use your hands to guide your hips forward towards the front of your mat. 45-degree angle about that with your back foot facing the left front corner with the back foot. And drawing the thighs inwards, scissoring the thighs inwards for strength. Gathering that energy up from the earth. Arms reach up overhead. Lower belly in, collarbones wide. And then coming to root down into your front foot, maybe drawing the back foot slightly forward. And then pressing up, using that engagement to lift up and back, reaching forward and back with the same amount of force. Finding this buoyancy against the earth's gravity. Any shaking is good. It means that things are working. One more breath. And slowly come to release. Take the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Back leg comes, left leg comes out back behind you. We'll find a triangle pose. So reach the arms nice and long. One more standing pose before we come down to the mat. Right foot forward. Hinging at the hips, flip the palms away from the body. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Hugging it in and up, lengthening through the crown of the head. Inhale to come back into center. Turn the right foot in, opposite side, left foot out. Lengthening through the crown of the head, hinging at the hips forward, flip the palms away. Find that length from heart center to fingertips. Next inhale, drive all the way back up and come to the front of the mat. Hands to heart. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, come back into plank. Move through as you would like. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, down dog. Two more breaths here. Use this energy as your body needs, as your mind and heart need. And lower your knees to the earth and come back to your child's pose. You can bring the arms back behind you if you'd like, draping your shoulders over your knees. Or you can take prayer hands and bend the elbows, whatever feels good for you. Allowing yourself to connect in with this place that we go to through our meditation, our pranayama, and our asana. This sweet place, this calm place, through the fire, through the effort, into the ease. And slowly starting to rise up. And coming onto a side saddle with taking the legs out from underneath you and bringing them forward. Flexing both feet, coming to a staff pose. So really flexing through the feet, lengthening the legs, drawing the chin down just slightly, lengthening the spine, arms long down by your sides. Slowly starting to walk the hands forward. You can take your strap or your stretchy sock here to use around your feet if you would like. Lengthening through the crown of the head. And then drawing the body forward, heart center, crown of the head to your feet with a nice long spine here. The bones drawing backwards, crown of the head are reaching forward. And slowly starting to release. Bend to the left knee, so take the left heel towards your bottom pelvis or the left sit bone, really hugging it in. Taking the left hand behind you, and you can wrap that right arm around the left knee, just hugging it in. This is the first bus stop. Or you can take the right arm behind the leg And start to twist from here. Pressing into the knee with the upper arm, or hugging it in, whatever feels right for you. Finding length in the spine and finding this twist. And slowly coming out. Lengthening the left leg, right foot comes up into the base of the pelvis. Heel towards your right sit bone and right hand behind you. Hugging that left knee in towards the midline, keeping both sit bones on the floor, lengthening through the crown of the head. And maybe if you'd like, left arm can come around and use that place of resistance for more twist. Without force. And slowly starting to move back into center, releasing, letting your legs be long, and then scooching your body forward to come to the middle of the mat, lying down on the mat with the knees bent, drawing the feet towards your sits bones, grounding through the earth about hip distance apart, keeping the arms long by your sides, draw the shoulders back towards the mat. Root into the earth and start to lift the hip creases up towards the sky. Coming into this bridge pose, staying gentle here. And slowly lowering back down. Taking a break, just being here in the stillness. And then grounding into your feet once again. And on your inhale, lifting up. This time, if you'd like to wiggle your shoulders underneath the body and interlace the hands, you're welcome to. Using the thighs to lift the hips up towards the sky. And exhale, coming back down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing the arms if they were underneath you. And one more time again, if you'd like to do a restorative bridge and take a block underneath you, or if you have a wheel pose you'd like to move into, whatever it is. If it's wheel, taking the hands behind your shoulders, bending the elbows, pressing into the earth, lifting all the way up, brightening the heart. And if you're in your wheel, using your thighs. And if you're in your restorative wheel, just resting wherever you are, breathing into the fullness of the body. And slowly starting to come down. Hugging the knees in once again, just like we started. Coming back to where we began. I like to think of our practice as this journey like a bus that's only goal is to come back to the place where it started. And so going on this ride, maybe it's the scenic route, seeing what you can find just in the journey. Allowing the left leg to come down, hugging the right knee in, and extending the left foot all the way down, flexing the left foot, hugging the right knee up towards the crown of the head, out towards the shoulder, just like we did when we began. Maybe making little circles here. One way and then the other. And then using your left hand to guide the knee all the way across the body, letting the knee rest on a pillow or a blanket or a block or the floor. Opening your right arm out to the side. Again, breathing through your heart center all the way out to your fingertips. All the way up and down, in and out. And drawing the right knee back into center. Lengthening the foot up towards the sky, bringing your left leg along for the ride. Lengthen the foot up towards the sky. Let's point and flex the toes. Just lengthen here. What does that feel like now? And then hugging the knees back in, lengthening the right foot down towards the front of the mat, hugging the left knee in and up, making your little circles here. And then taking your left knee and your right hand, crossing it all the way over the body. And drawing that knee back into center. Again, the right leg comes up to meet it. Lengthen the legs up towards the sky. And then slowly let the feet come down to the earth, moving into your Shavasana pose. Taking any kind of layers that you need. Allowing yourself once again to arrive on your back, on the earth. Surrendering to this place. Breathing fully on each inhale and exhaling to let go and release. Mm. It's 10:45 right now, so if you have any place you need to be, then thank you for practicing with us. And if you can stay here for a few more minutes, I invite you to do so. If your mind starts to wander away from the four corners of your mat, just call it back gently towards your heart, breathing into that space, filling your body with your breath, and letting go. Slowly starting to call yourself back into this place where you are, into this room, into this day. Taking any movement that feels good for you, maybe rolling the wrists or stretching the arms overhead. Taking your time to get there. Meeting in a fetal position on your side, and eventually coming to your feet. And keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze forward. Maybe once again placing your hands on your heart and on your belly, or your hands in your lap, whatever feels good for you in this moment. There's no right or wrong. And just breathing into you in this moment, in this day, in this breath. Knowing that the practice of yoga extends far beyond this asana and this pranayama and this meditation into our lives. Knowing that our work that we do here extends far beyond this mat. So finding a moment of gratitude for yourself, for this practice, for you arriving today, and any lessons that come to surface. And once again, drawing your hands together at your heart center. And I'll unmute us to end with one Om all together. Again, starting with the Ah sound, and then Oo, and then M at the end. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Taking a big, beautiful, deep breath in. Bowing your head towards your heart, towards the center within. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Nice to practice with you. Have a wonderful, beautiful day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
Have a
you.
good day, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.